everyone. Welcome to Wendy's Ion Vegas. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Joshua Baron, who is the Karaoke Baron. Joshua, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Please tell me a little bit about yourself, about your profession.
So I'm a karaoke host, but I'm also a singer and a producer. And I also run the Karaoke World Championships USA, the USA division of a world singing competition.
Which is coming right up.
Nationals are coming up next week, August
next
11th
week,
through
right?
14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming up quick.
And you're doing that at the Sand Dollar in the Plaza?
Yep, in the Plaza. Great partnership with the Plaza. They've been fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. How many people do you usually have?
So with the national finals, we have about 80 singers coming from around the nation. So we have solos, we have duets, and then we also, this is the first year we're doing an original song competition that's inspired by Eurovision. Our world division every year loves Eurovision. So every year they're like, we want to do a Eurovision thing. We want to do a Eurovision. They've thought about switching the way we do our judging for the scoring for singers more towards Eurovision scoring. But really the answer was just having that type of original song competition. So that's what we're doing.
Very good. And then you're going to take the winners of that and you're going to?
Bangkok, Thailand.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Yeah.
In November.
In November, yep. Yeah. November 3rd through 8th.
So that you're going to have people from all over the world, right?
Oh yeah. So we have over 30 countries participating. Currently, I've been watching. Like Mexico just had their finals. Spain's coming up with their finals. Canada's having their finals on the 18th of August. So it's really cool because you can also like keep track and watch their live streams to also see what you're going to be going up against.
Right.
Finals.
Very fun. Very fun. Okay, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's talk about where were you born?
I was born in Evanston, Illinois.
And where did you find your passion?
So my mom has always been a singer, and she used to sing folk music, and then she also did stuff in our temple, and always grew up with music, and I always wanted to either be a singer, or an impersonator, or on Saturday Night Live, or be in sports, or like be either like managing sports teams, coaching teams. So it was like a mix.
Always entertainment.
Always entertainment, yeah.
And how did you end up with karaoke?
So, well, the first time I hosted karaoke, I was 21, and I went to a bar in Chicago that I was sneaking into earlier to do karaoke. And back then, karaoke was on these giant laser discs and on weird video tapes that you'd have to push the number in so it'd fast forward to the right spot.
Oh wow!
And CDs had just came out for karaoke, the CDGs. And there was even cassette tapes where you'd like have the liner notes so you could see, you'd put it on a music stand so you could read the lyrics.
Wow.
And I went in right after my 21st birthday and the owner's like, you weren't 21 the whole time? And I was like, nope. And they said, do you want it? He's like, you know what, I need someone to do a Sunday show. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I'd love for you to start hosting karaoke here. So I did that for about 6 months and then the venue actually burnt down.
Oh,
yeah.
terrible.
So it was a shame. At the same time, I was like, I don't really need to do that. I've been DJing since I was 15. So it was like just tapping into that same thing I'm doing. It mixed my singing with DJing.
Right, that makes sense.
It was a lot of fun. And I got paid really well. This is the mid-90s, and I was getting paid $400 a night.
Wow.
So it was
very
great.
Nice.
And there also wasn't a lot
very
of competition like it is today.
Right.
And then I saw there was an ad. I was getting a little bit better, but I wasn't able to go back to work, and I kept having memory issues. And I saw there was this guy, Kurt Romisher, who was looking for a karaoke host. And so I asked my doctor, look, I know I can't go back to my main work. Can I at least go back to doing this? And she said, if he's willing to give you a tryout and he wants you to work it, I'm telling you music's gonna heal you. And I'd left the music business so many times. So I was like, you know what? I'll try it. I did an audition. He said, I'd be stupid if I don't hire you, and I'd be stupid if I hire you. Because if I hire you, you're gonna start your own business. I'm like, no, I'm just not feeling well. Like I'm just trying to get better and trying to get back to my real job. And sure enough, I met my former business partner there and in Seattle. And at a certain point, we had 33 shows a week. We were the largest legal karaoke company. And when I say legal, that means that we bought all of our music and kept our CDs, all the music was a 1-to-1 ratio to every computer and system that we had. And when we sold our company, we started 8 different companies right before I left to come to Vegas with all of our employees. So we made them their own owners.
Wow.
And during that time, we were holding competitions. And one of them was called the Battle in Seattle. And I got a call from Cindy, Bellini, it's something like that. Sorry, Cindy, if you're watching this. So I got a call and she said, hey, I'm with the Karaoke World Championships. And I said, that's a thing? What is that? And she said, yeah, it's a thing. And she said, hey, I'm gonna be in town and I see you're having your finals for the Battle in Seattle. I'd love to come and take a look at it and see what you guys are doing. So we comped her ticket, she came, and ends up we were judging on the same criteria, but on a 5-point scale instead of a 10-point scale. We had no idea.
Wow.
And we get through it, and the whole time she's just blown away. And afterwards, she's like, I would love for you to be the Washington State partner. Our Washington State director last year only had the one venue and only really wanted it for his venue. But you've done this right, where you get all these venues and you get all this talent, and you come in for a finals. And I guess I was crazy because I said yes. And we took that year this was 2010, at the national finals, we came in second men's, because it was gendered back then. So in men's, we were 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th in the nation. And in women's, we were 2nd and 3rd, and 3rd and 4th for women's. And that was just nationally for Washington State.
Amazing.
And it was incredible. It was a great experience. I also got to shoot with ABC TV for our next year. It became Karaoke Battle USA on ABC TV. And when we were at the national finals, I was actually supposed to judge. And ABC was going through a strike. So one of their camera people didn't show up. My degree is actually in film and animation.
Amazing.
So they were like, can you be a camera person? So I got a lot of great footage. I shot the pilot with them. There was something that went on right at the end with the song was too long. The singer who won technically should have been disqualified, but the thing is they played the wrong track. So it wasn't his track that he provided, it was the KJ's track. So he went over, so everybody in that room knew at that point he wasn't moving on, but he won. His performance was amazing. But I got all that footage of like all behind the scenes and getting with the other judges. And I just remember having them call Finland to our world organization. I'm like, you need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because everyone in that room right now thinks that he's disqualified. And they called Carly Hunanen, who is the inventor of Karaoke World Championships. And they were like, now it's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in Finland. And they're like, hey, so this is what's going on. He's like, why are you waking me up? Just choose your champion. Just whoever your champions, just choose. So everyone was upset in that room. But at the same time is that it wasn't the singer's fault that he went over. It wasn't the track.
Terrible.
And when you're performing, you're always taught that even if the track is wrong, even if there's something wrong, like when you're playing with a band, you
rise above it. Yeah.
You might have someone who like is a sub in guitar. So it's like, oh, this is not my regular guitarist. You just keep going, keep performing.
Right.
So, and he went and won People's Choice in Moscow that year. And his name's Eddie Pimentel. He's from San Antonio. And he won a lifetime supply of pierogies or something like that.
That's hysterical.
Like, and he donated to all the orphanages out there.
Good for him.
Yeah, so it was wonderful. And then Tammy, I believe, placed, our female from there, who is from New Mexico, placed 2nd in the world that year, 2nd or 3rd. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And and it led me to where I'm at
so
today.
how did you progress? Because
So-
now you're in charge of the World Championships.
Yeah, so the next year we did Karaoke Battle USA, which was on ABC. We got to work with Joey Fatone. I got to work with Carney Wilson, who I actually got to teach her how to judge. And it was a great show, but coming off of that, it's hard to regain momentum once you're on TV. So it sort of did a little bit of damage to the competition because everyone wanted to be on TV, and now we weren't. And then in 2012, I found out I had cancer. So I was like, all right, gotta switch gears. So from 2021 till 2014, I was out. I took a step back. And there was a couple, the main director stayed, Cindy, who brought me in, who was the assistant director, left for a while. Wendell did not do a good job with the competition. They brought Cindy back for 1 year, but he had done so much damage within 2 years to the US division that it really gave it a bad name. And it's unfortunate. It's part of the challenges I even had when I took over. Cindy had it for 1 year, and then the next year they switched gears again and brought in another director who was not on the up and up either, but he was like a used car salesman. So everyone believed him, but he was not good. And I usually don't speak about it, but it's something that really just drives me to always be better. Because one of the things about this competition that I'm really passionate about is the way we do the scoring, the way we can build singers into professional singers and give back that chance for all these singers to be on international stages and also progress their career, and even as professionals or even online, and build them up, because a lot of people gave up their dream because they think that they're too old. They had kids, they had to go into the military, they had to work on their family's farm. We know that there's a champ anywhere in the US, anywhere in the world. So it's the one thing I'm always like, oh, so when there's things that weren't going on, it was driving me crazy, because I'm like, the rest of the world is not like this. This is a great competition. So in 2015, I was asked to come back by Whitney John Stewart, the director, the former director. And he brought me back in, and I was like, yeah, sure. And he said, Cindy told him to call me. So we went back. Again, Washington State did really well at national finals. We had like 4 people in the national final round. And then 2016, I got a call to produce the show, not knowing that that director at that point wanted to do another karaoke show, another karaoke competition, and was purposely trying to damage it.
Oh.
So when he asked me and Katie, my wife, who's the producer, to take it over and hold the national finals in Seattle, Washington, it was a year too early. Like, we were like, okay, we're playing that for next year, but the venue that was getting demolished, that they had the national finals originally planned with. So we took it on. We gave him a lot of money to produce it. And there were a lot of things that just happened that were not on the up and up again. He didn't show up to sign contracts. We had to sign contracts. So things were in our names instead of the national director or the national team's
Interesting.
names. And we were left with, he showed up to nationals. We lost a lot of states because he wasn't communicating, and he was just taking money from people. And let one team have 22 people show up in the national finals, and all these other states had 2, 3.
That's crazy.
It was stacked, yeah. And then promised the media to be there, a live stream team. And so about 90 days before, I knew, this is not good. So I called up our world organization, because I knew some of them. And I said, this is what's going on. And I'm really scared for the competition here.
Right.
Because this is not, and they're like, no, this is not. And they said, don't give him any more money. He owes us money. And he also was the Canadian director. So the same thing was happening in Canada. So there was a lot of stuff that happened, but Katie and I have been producing shows for a long time. And Katie's from the theater background. So we made sure we had judges. We had Jan Stevens and Steve from Party Time Karaoke and Cyber Sound come out and judge. We had local musicians, professional musicians, and former champs from other countries come out and judge, and some of our vocal coaches in the area. So he thought we were just going to fail. The other thing is that I'm a big proponent for legal karaoke. So karaoke almost got taken over by piracy of people who are just making hard drives and sharing it online and doing all illegal stuff. So so some of these teams would come to the national finals and want to use pirated music.
And you'd say no.
Or handmade music, or YouTube. And I'm like, you can't, this is my production.
Right.
I'm not putting my butt on the line for that.
Right.
So there were some arguments. So unfortunately Washington swept, and it was in Washington. But I did the live stream myself. My degree's in film and animation, so we did our live stream. It wasn't the best, but it worked, it was suitable. The director showed up in his cargo shorts and his dirty T-shirt and his flip-flops, yeah. And he set up an iPad on the balcony and said, "That's our live stream." And he didn't have the money for the prizes. He took away our rooms.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster. And that year, the finals were in Vancouver, BC, which was great, not far from Seattle.
Right.
But the one thing is that we took so much pride in having a fair competition that I knew it was right. I knew the judging was right. I knew everything was going in. We go to Worlds. We took the first gold in duets. It was the first year duets. We took gold, and then we had both of our soloists play silver. And the world organizations, like, you came and put this together. They actually flew someone from Worlds to come to our national finals to help us and saw what a quality performance and production we did. And they offered us the partnership with the U.S.
Got it.
And originally we were going to Worlds and we were like, we're going to be done after this. But then we won.
Right.
And I'm also...
That's inspiring.
Wanted to be in sports my whole life. Like, I want to be... And to me, my vision of KWC with what I wanted to do could be fulfilled and also bring it to them and bring us all to the next level. And we went to Worlds, and then that same director was ousted, but he had to finish his contract. But our rooms were given away to his investors on the next competition because he was having these backdoor meetings. So the venues and everyone else in fundraising paid for our champs to go there, paid for the prizes. And then next year, when I took over and having my experience as being a state partner and seeing what little I got back in return, I want to make sure that my state partners all made money back from it. I want to make sure that the U.S. division never had to, when we're having the national finals, that there's not the champ, their main champ, wins a trip there. Instead of saying, oh, well, now it's up to the states to ship. Because you spend all this money producing this in your state, you can run out of money if you do it wrong.
Right.
And because I was a background in corporate training too, and a curriculum developer, I built out how this should be run. And we did a great job. Next year, we won gold in the World Finals. We won a gold, bronze, and silver in duets. And that was in Finland that year. We had a great finals here in Vince Neil's Tatuado and Circus.
Wow.
And the next year, then we partnered with the South Point, which love the South Point. If I could partner with them for now, we had a 5-year plan with them. For the next 2 years, we had it there. We kept winning medals at the World Finals. And then when COVID hit, we had a 5-year plan with South Point, and coming out of the pandemic, Michael Libinati, phenomenal entertainment director, by the way. Like, to me, he's one of the best in the city. And he listens, and he also trains musicians and also like producers and everything, how to put together EPKs, how to pitch things, how to go into these venues and get your venues. And he said, you know, it's just not in our business model anymore because we had to switch the way we do things. So we had to move things around. So coming out of COVID, I had it at the theater down on Flamingo, in the library. It was amazing stuff.
That's the Black Box Theater.
Oh my God! Oh no, this wasn't the Black Box one. This is the one it's like 500 people, and it's down. So the Black Box Theater is right next there.
Got it.
It was amazing, but we had to be done by 8. There were a lot of different things you don't think about when you're dealing with city stuff, and also people are coming from their hotels to there now, traveling there, and there's a lot of homeless in the area. And because the library, there's a lot of social services. We're great for them, but
makes it a strange.
It makes it a very strange thing. And so the next year we talked to Ellis Island, because Ellis Island's the mecca of karaoke.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also I was working there all during the pandemic, and I have a great working relationship with them. I still work there every once in a while, and we had it in the front yard, only to have it rain on our parade during the last. Oh, it's okay. It was hilarious because Adam Brown was singing. It was a semifinal round, and it's an open air. There's a roof, but it's canvas.
Yeah.
So he's in the middle of singing a Michael Bublé song, and all of a sudden we just start feeling droplets. And it was when all the hurricanes were going on, but we kept missing us, and all of a sudden, I'm like, did you feel that? Did you feel that? I'm talking to Pat, who's the Washington partner, and also he's my former business partner, one of my best friends. And he's like, oh no, I think it's raining. And I'm like, no way. And I'm like, it'll pass. So I'm looking at my phone. It says there's nothing in there. All of a sudden, it's
You have
like
a deluge.
3-4 inches of
Yeah,
rain
it's a deluge.
within 10 minutes. It wrecked our equipment. Like I lost
Right.
equipment.
Right,
My videographer got lost. So, but we moved it then upstairs. They have this upstairs in the front yard that's a balcony. It was really cute. It was really cute, but it was always a contingency plan, but originally they're like, no, if this happens. And it was my one fear I had the whole time working with Ellis and working at the front yard was, what if it rains? And I was like, it's not gonna rain. I'm like, it's monsoon season, it's August, it's monsoon season, you never know. And sure enough, it rained. And the whole time, also Washington State has a moniker saying, make it rain, because it's Seattle.
Oh.
And when Adam is singing, he's from Washington State, so it was
terrible.
hilarious. And then later on, when we were preparing to go to Worlds, we're doing showcases at Foodie Fest. So they let us use the stage there to showcase our talent. And my former champ from the year before goes up there, and she's singing "Don't Rain on My Parade." And sure enough,
It rains?
It pours down. They had to cancel the rest of the night. We were the last thing to go on. And it was like the rain was just like the whole
don't say
theme.
rain.
Yeah. So last year we're like, we can't do it again at the front yard. And we love Ellis Island. It's a great spot, and they're really great team. Great team. And they know what they're doing. They're doing it for so long. And also I also really like that Ellis Island is owned by the Ellises, and they're local. It's not a corporation. But last year it was like, okay, well, we need to go back to square one and where we're going to have it. So we were making calls. We saw a lot of great spots. Everything was so unaffordable. And I was like, and I'd already talked to Nate, who is the owner of Sand Dollar, the year before, and he said, oh, karaoke? Nope. And so I was like, oh. And so we come up and I said, you know what? I need to make this call again. So I call him.
Yeah, because now with a second location.
Yeah, so this was, and the year before was also supposed to be the same location. And I called him and he's like, oh, this is karaoke. I said, wait. I'm with the Karaoke World Championships as a world. So he goes, you have 5 minutes to talk to me. I tell him, he's like, this sounds great. This sounds exactly like what we need to do. And it was a great spot. And I was like, it seems a little small. And it does seem small in there, but it actually can fit a lot more than what people think. And we had our national finals there. It went off without a hitch. The hotel was phenomenal. It was our first time being on Fremont, which gives you a totally different feel than being on the Strip.
Sure.
And I actually prefer it because you can walk out your door and it's a party. Where the Strip isn't a party.
No, it's a parking disaster.
It's I do love the Strip, but it's different.
Yeah.
And everyone had just such a great time. And so this year coming into it, we're like, do we look for a new venue? And we're like, we really liked it. And so we're back again, doing it year 2 here. But we still are not where we want to be because of the pandemic. A lot of things were put on hold. During the pandemic, we all went virtual, which we still won championships. We had a gold medalist that year. And we also have to battle with the copycats who are actually run by that former director.
Wow.
Who constantly buys other competitions, trademarks them to partner up with them, and then gets rid of them to run his own thing. So it's part of the challenge. They say that they're us, and it's
Cutthroat.
not.
Cutthroat.
Yeah. And at the same time, I always want people. I don't ever tell my singers don't do another competition.
Right.
I want them to have that opportunity. But when I see things are happening that are unfair, one of the things that we pride about ourselves with Karaoke World Championships is that we're transparent. We give out the scores. We have people, they have to be members to get their scores because it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of work to give their scores and notes. But it's also the way we train our singers. And we have mentors, so they get a membership, they get mentorship, they get training for a year, and they get their scores back. And it's how we build our champs so they're ready to go to Worlds and win a gold.
That's great.
Yeah.
So people can watch you online?
Yes.
How do people watch you?
So they can go to the KWC USA channel on YouTube.
Okay.
We have some stuff on Facebook. Facebook is not really plain friendly with music on there because of copyright issues. And at the same time,
yes, of course.
I do understand where they're coming from because when you post on Facebook, yes, it's a platform for us to post. But then we're counting on Facebook to pay for copyrights. And for music copyright, there's a reason MTV is off the air. It's
Too expensive?
too expensive to have even a music video or a song sung. During Karaoke Battle USA, we only had a 2,000 song list that they could choose from because it had to be approved for TV and each song cost this much.
Right.
So there were songs that weren't there that everybody sang.
Right.
So it's sort of a battle because even with YouTube, it's getting like that too, where it's hard to do it. We do stream on Talent Zone USA on Roku. It's a great channel out of North Carolina, and it's free. We've been doing that all season. We are not sure if we're going to be using that next week, but we might be. I know it's a week away, but my live stream people sort of fell through, so now we're back to square one. Yeah, so we have contingency plans always, and but we can always go to kwcusa.org, our website.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
we have a channel there too that you can watch it.
Perfect. Okay, now for your Bangkok World Finals, November 3rd to 8th.
Yes.
How can you watch that?
Go to kwc.fi, which is FI is for Finland, but that's our main website for the Karaoke World Championship.
KWC.fi. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, not .com, .fi for
Right.
Finland.
Yes, for Finland, because it's based in Finland. And it was actually started by an Olympian in Finland. Actually, an alternate. He was not at the Olympics. I found out this past year. It's like when you hear stories and everyone builds it up. And Kari, who was the inventor, was a top speed skater. He was an alternate for speed skating for the Olympics. But the next year he went back and won a world championships with it. But he came back and he was like, why isn't there an Olympiad of karaoke and singing? These people are amazing. They're just as good as the professionals. There needs to do that. And here we are 23 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you for sharing your
You're
story
welcome.
with us,
You're welcome.
Joshua.
You're welcome.
Have fun. Have
you.
fun next week, and of course you're going to have a blast in Thailand.
Oh, yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time at Wendy's Eye on Vegas.